Testing, testing. 1, 2. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn that down a little bit. Hey, what's up, chat? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm glad y'all made it tonight, man. I'm real glad to see y'all. I'm real happy y'all made it tonight, man. I know it's where I'm at right now. It's like 3 a.m. I mean, it might be 2 p.m. where you're at. So whether it's early, whether it's late, whether it's midday, I really appreciate you coming to check out the vibe tonight, because it's nighttime where I'm at. So tonight we're diving into something a little heavier than before. And I know before it's probably hard to believe that there could be something heavier than what we spoke about, right? But for me, I think it's important to speak about. So first and foremost, I want to give a huge, huge, huge shout out to everybody who's been showing love, been following me, been checking out my stuff. Man, you the big dog for real. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are. And if you're new to the channel, I want to say my name is Cloudy Wingz. That's CLOUDYWINGZ. I do a lot of different things. One of the things I do is YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I got a channel, 80,000 subscribers, close to 90,000 right now. I might get a plaque soon, but with your help, only with your help, man. So from the bottom of my heart, man, I want to say thank you. And if you're new here, hit that follow button. We're all about real talk. We're all about good vibes and keeping it straight 100 here in this chat. Okay? Now there may be times when people and when I say 100, let's make it clear that 100 is subjective. Real is subjective, just like art, baby. Real is subjective to who you are, how you were raised, and how you were brought up, right? Everybody has their own set of principles and morals and values. And some things are, I guess you could say, basic throughout everybody's lives, where you know right from wrong, you know different things of that nature. But when you get down to the nitty gritty and the specifics, 100, keeping it real, is subjective. Now let's get into it. So tonight's stream, like I said, is about something a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. It might be a sensitive topic to some people, and other people it might not be. But for me, I wouldn't call it a sensitive topic, but it's definitely a topic that hits home. Okay? So tonight we're going to be talking about infidelity and cheating. Yeah, you heard me. It's one of those things we've all either been impacted by or know someone who has. And it's complicated, right? It can be complicated, and there are so many layers to infidelity and cheating. People don't always talk about the emotional toll, the aftermath, or the reasons behind it. It's not just about breaking trust. I mean, that's like a given, right? That's common sense. It's about why it happens. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's communication, maybe it's someone has lost themselves in the relationship. Maybe it's a moment of weakness. There's no like one size fits all kind of vibe to this kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, but don't get me wrong, like I'm not here to judge, I'm not here to talk shit. I'm here to reflect, right? It's real life. It's messy. Life is messy. Like life can get chaotic at times, right? And we've all seen or felt the consequences in some way. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. I want to hear your thoughts in the chat, though. and we're gonna keep it respectful. No hate, no judgment. This isn't a place for that. You know, if you're someone who's been hurt by it, by cheating, by infidelity, I get it. That betrayal, it's heavyweight, right? It's heavy to deal with. It's hard to deal with. And I'm just here to let y'all know that, like, you don't have to carry that weight by yourself. Whether you're trying to heal, whether you're trying to move forward, or just kind of wrap your head around it, it's important to talk about it. It's important to talk. Like, I've seen people rebuild shit after infidelity, after cheating, and it's not easy, but it's possible if the trust can be regained and both people are kind of willing to put in the work. Because if you think about it, that's what a healthy relationship is built on: trust, effort, and respect. Now, I know a lot of people want to put like all the blame on the person who cheated, right? You know, which is only natural, and a lot of most of the time it's right, right? But sometimes we don't really take the time to kind of look at the whole picture. You know what I mean? Like, not that cheating is ever like there's no excuse for cheating, right? It doesn't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right. Cheating isn't right. It's never excusable. You dig what I'm saying? But if we keeping it 100, it's usually a sign that something deeper may be going on. May be going on. Not always, but it could be, because relationships are a two-way street. You know, that's why it's a relationship. It's not a single seater. It's a ship, right? But hey, let's not get too deep into the why, like right now, like just yet. We'll tackle that later. I want to know what y'all think. Is I want to know what y'all think. Is it possible to come back from cheating? Like, can trust really be rebuilt after something like that? Or is it just game over? You know, I've heard stuff where the men in relationships usually don't, they're not, like, it's a one time thing. Like, you cheat on me, it's over with, we ain't never getting back together. Right? And then it's like, if you put a gender thing on it, you know, different, like, I've heard that women are more forgiving and more understanding about a man's nature and all these different, like different stuff, right? It doesn't have to be a man's nature, but just different stuff. Everybody has their own reason for forgiving their partner, right? But I'm kind of curious what y'all think about that. And I'll keep my thoughts rolling as we go, but I really want to hear y'all stories, experiences, and opinions in the chat, because at the end of the day, y'all all a part of this conversation I'm having right now. You know, if you in here rocking with me and I'm rocking with you, you're a part of everything I'm talking about. And remember, we not here to shame nobody. We are here to talk honestly. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to admit, when we're wrong and when we've been hurt or when we have hurt other people. But that's what real growth looks like. So if you've ever been in a situation where like your trust was broken, fuck it. Let's dive into it. And if you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Because, some people were lucky enough to have never been hurt, never had their heart break, never had a partner cheat on them, or do them dirty, backdoor them, be disloyal, snake them, however you want to call it, whatever it is. There's different levels to a shit. But if you haven't, maybe you'll kind of see some things from a new perspective tonight. If you're usually the cheater, maybe you'll see some things from a new perspective tonight. I see you. Ooh, we got a new viewer. Shout out to you. I'm kind of curious on your thoughts about this. You know, and I know we all have different experiences, and that's what makes this conversation valuable, right? So, with that being said, I hope everybody in the chat's doing good tonight. I hope whatever you're working on in your life, you're fucking killing it. But shit's about to get a little bit deeper. So grab your snacks, get comfy, cause we diving in. And I want y'all to really vibe with me on this one. If you're new, welcome to the gang. Welcome to the squad. Cloudy gang, Cloudy squad. Hit that follow button and join the family. Join the fam, bro. You ready for some motivation, inspiration, entertainment? Hit that follow button, man, and join the fam. Then go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button on Cloudy Wingz. CLOUDYWINGZ. Now, I'm not here to, throw shade or talk shit, but we're talking about something that obviously affects a lot of people in ways they might not even realize. Infidelity and cheating. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, one of those topics that can get really heavy, but I just want to be real with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, so let's start off with some basics. Why is cheating wrong? Why is cheating wrong? Right? I mean, at its core, at the base of cheating, it's about breaking trust. That's why cheating is wrong. It's about betraying the person who's supposed to be your partner, your teammate, somebody you're supposed to build a future with first and foremost. And when you cheat, you ain't just breaking the relationship, you're breaking a promise, right? You're breaking a promise that y'all made to each other to stay down for each other, to respect each other's wishes, and basically to be one. Y'all against the world, you know? And the thing is, trust is something that takes years to build. Like, years to build, especially if y'all ever been in toxic relationships before y'all met each other. Like, trust will take a long time to build, you know. But it's also something that can be completely and totally destroyed in 1 second. 1 second of the wrong decision can totally destroy everything you've built with this person. And I think that's that's really one of the hardest things about it. And it's not even just about the physical part of cheating, like the sex. It's the emotional part. It's the lying, the the keeping secrets, the knowing that somebody you cared about might be hurting in ways you'll never truly understand because of you. And honestly, it's not just the person who's been cheated on who's hurt. A lot of the time, it's not just the person I'm saying it again, it's not just the person who's been cheated on who gets hurt. Cheating messes with both people in the situation, but it can also mess with kids. It can also mess with families, right? It can mess with, performance at like jobs, careers, things of that nature. But the person who cheats, right? Yeah, if you're a good person, there's guilt, right? You feel guilty, right? There's confusion, usually some unresolved shit that like they're dealing with, that has probably has absolutely nothing to do with the person they're cheating on. A lot of times, and it could, but a lot of times it doesn't. And it's almost like they might be trapped in their own head. A lot of times they don't know what they want, and that could lead to making choices that they'll later on regret. You know, especially if they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They're very not indecisive, but they don't think before they act a lot of the times. You know, I forgot the name of that word for some reason. Excuse me, y'all. But at the same time, the person who gets cheated on is obviously the one who's dealing with the aftermath of being cheated on, the heartache, the trust issues, and a lot of the times, sometimes even their own self worth takes a hit, a big ass hit. Like their self esteem, how they feel about themselves. Like, damn, why the fuck me? Like, I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, it can really kind of feel like the rug has been pulled out from under you. And suddenly you start questioning everything you thought you knew about the person you loved. And that's damaging. So, with that being said, we're going to take a quick intermission. A quick, real brief intermission, nothing crazy, no 20 minutes or nothing crazy like that. Just a brief intermission, man. Kind of collect everything, soak up some thoughts, get some snacks, get something to drink, get comfortable, whatever the case may be, man. And I will be right back to chop it up with y'all, man. Give me 1 sec. Testing, 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 testing. What's up, chat? We are back. So, if you weren't here before the break, we are talking about infidelity and cheating. And one thing I do want to add to this conversation is that if you have been cheated on, find love and lose fear, right? Don't let past heartbreak stop you from finding new love. You know, don't be scared to live. And if someone does actually break your heart, go ahead and just punch them in the face. Just beat them the fuck up, all right? Beat them the fuck up, and go get go get something sweet from the gas station. Something that'll make you feel better, right? Because at the end of the day, life goes on, right? Whether you choose to move on and you take a chance in finding new love, or you choose to stay behind, locked in the past, thinking of what could have been in your past relationship. And that's not the way to live. So give yourself permission to let it hurt, right? Because it does hurt after you get cheated on. But also allow yourself the permission to let it heal. Let it heal. You know what I mean? And in order to move on, you gotta understand why you felt what you did, and why you no longer need to feel that way. That's the only way it's gonna make sense. And we having this amazing conversation right now, but it's amazing how one little conversation can change shit forever. It can change a conversation can change anything, and that's pretty amazing if you ask me. Like, out of this world amazing. But anyway, so what we were talking about before the break was how it feels. I guess the last part of what we were talking about before the break was how it feels to be cheated on, right? And the aftermath, the heartache, trust issues, self-worth, self-esteem. You start questioning everything you thought you knew about the person who cheated on you. But the reality is, like, cheating, it's toxic for both people. It's not just toxic because the person who cheated is toxic. It's toxic for both people. It's not just like kind of like a one and done type of deal. You know what I mean? Where you can kind of sweep it under the rug. It leaves emotional scars. That linger around and shit. It's this, like, some people get cheated on and they can't even sleep. They got insomnia now. They got cheated on, they can't even sleep. They got PTSD now. They got serious trust issues now, right? Some people, after they get cheated on, they wonder for the rest of their lives. So now their future relationships are ruined because their trust issues, and they're always wondering in their heads, like, what went wrong, or what are they doing? And it's the second guessing of every action. every word that was either said before the trust was broken or after the trust was broken. And for the person who cheated, it's like if you're a good person, you're gonna be carrying around guilt and the weight of the guilt and the weight of knowing that you've hurt someone who trusted you, who you claimed to love. It's it's dealing with internal conflict of wanting to fix things, but also knowing that you've broken something you can't just like put back together with glue or some words. And you're gonna be battling with yourself, you know. So why do people cheat in the first place? Why do they do it? That's the $1 million question. That's like who knows? You know, I can. Everybody has, I guess, their own reasons. Some people do it for no fucking reason, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes it's about communication. People just stop talking to each other, stop being there for each other, like stop supporting each other, and they look in other places for that connection. Other times, it's about insecurity, and maybe they've lost themselves in a relationship or trying to like fill a void that they don't even understand. You know, I know a guy who ended up cheating on his girlfriend. Well, let me take you back. So I knew a guy for a very long time, and he was just always this like huge player. Like he had all kinds of women all the time, right? Nobody ever saw this guy settling down and having a girlfriend, a wife, whatever. One day he pops out with a girlfriend. He likes her, even after the stuff he's seen. Like this guy was the type of guy that like wives were cheating on their husbands with. And although that's wrong, you got to kind of think of like if he's seen the type of disloyal stuff that people can do, how hard is it for him to be in a relationship with somebody, right? And this guy pops out with a girl, announces their relationship, they got a title, whatever. And after a while, he said he just he had to have more than one woman. Like that's the lifestyle he was used to living. It just wasn't enough for him, and the woman who he made his girl wasn't willing to give him certain things to kind of feed that beast, feed that hunger, you know, or fill that void. But the good part is he understood, and before he went and did anything, he broke up with her. You know, he let it off with her and was like, you know, he's just explained to her like, I can't do this no more. You know, so that's respectable. But not everybody's gonna do that. Not everybody's gonna understand themselves well enough to be able to pull their partner aside and just kind of explain like I love you enough to not let myself have you. You know, but there's a thing. But here's the thing: like, if you're in a relationship, communication is literally everything, right? Whether it's your partner's having a bad day and you're just there to console them, or just there to listen, or just there to tell them that everything's gonna be all right, even if you may feel like it ain't shit. Or it could be, you know, like the moment you feel something's off, it's better to talk about it. than to bury than to like bury it inside you and bury it deep and never talk about it. Because no matter how much a person loves you, they can't read your mind. Like that's not fucking happening. We don't. This isn't Harry Potter, nigga. Like they ain't reading your fucking mind, right? People aren't mind readers, and when you stop putting in the effort to start explaining yourself or to start, telling your partner exactly how you feel when you feel it, that's when things that's when shit finna start hitting the fan. That's when everything starts falling apart. And I'm not like, this isn't me trying to like justify cheating, because cheating isn't a solution to no kind of problem. Like, it's not a solution to any problem. It literally just adds more problems. So if you're out here cheating, thinking it's gonna solve a problem when you could have just walked away or could have just talked to your partner, you just caused yourself probably 10 times more problems than you would have had if you chose if you chose what A or B instead of C. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy to me? It's crazy because you can love somebody and still cheat. You can love somebody and still make a bad decision. Or decisions, plural, right? But in no way, shape, or form does that make it right. Because cheating is literally a choice. It's your choice. If you're the cheater, it's your choice to go ahead and do that instead of doing other things. You choose to break that trust. And once it's broken, like I said before, it's so hard to fix. You can apologize all day. You can say sweet shit all day. You can send sweet messages, but words don't heal wounds. You can send flowers. That shit ain't finna do a fucking thing. Actions do, right? Change does, right? Making sure your partner knows the passcode, like little shit, like making sure your partner knows the passcode to your phone, or has your location, or shit. You know what I mean? Like little shit like that, right? But here's the hope, right? Here's the hope of it all. People can heal. They can heal, and trust can be rebuilt. It can, but only when both sides are willing to put in the work. It's not easy, and it's definitely not quick. It's probably a slow process. It's a long road, but with patience, understanding, and real effort, it's most definitely possible. Most definitely possible. But that effort has to come from both of y'all. Like, both people have to put in some effort, not just the one who made the mistake. You dig what I'm saying? Both of y'all have to put in the effort to trust and retrust, among many other efforts and things that are necessary in order to make things work again. And look, I get it, right? I get it. Relationships are hard, they're not easy, no one's perfect. But if you really and truly want something real, something that lasts for years and years and years, like our grandparents who were together 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, right? It's about respecting each other. It's about choosing each other every single day. Not just when shit is easy, but especially when shit is hard. Especially. All right, chat. So, I want to hear y'all thoughts, man. And like I said, obviously this will still be up on my page. You can still send me messages. You can still send me, whether it's Instagram messages, YouTube comments, whatever. You can still get a hold of me, Facebook messages, whatever, right? And I wanna kind of hear y'all thoughts. Like, have you ever been hurt by someone's actions, like what I was talking about, or maybe I don't know, maybe you've been in a situation where you were the one who made the mistake. Do y'all think that like relationships can bounce back from something like that? Let's talk about it. I want to hear y'all stories and how you feel about the whole situation. No judgment, just honesty. Let's keep the conversation respectful and real. But with that being said, man, if there's not much to really say, or you kind of just don't really see yourself becoming that vulnerable and kind of talking about something like that right now in this space, that's perfectly fine too. That's perfectly fine, man. No judgment here, man. No judgment here, man. That's pretty personal, and I don't blame you. You know. But with that being said, man, let the fuck out y'all niggas, man. Thank you for coming to another stream, checking me out, man. Like I said before, my name is Cloudy Wingz, CLOUDYWINGZ. And if you don't know what I do a few things. Go ahead on YouTube, check me out. I have a channel with 80,000 subscribers, man, and I'm trying to bust it down to 100,000. So, I'm gonna keep spreading this good word, keep spreading positivity, keep talking about stuff that is engaging and not just trending, but also genuine and real, right? Also motivational and inspirational, right? So yeah, man, it's Cloudy Wingz signing off, and I wish y'all nothing but the best, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful fucking night. Peace.